morning or afternoon, ladies. So what I'm going to run through now is your strength test. I ran through your motor control assessment the other day, as well as your pain relief exercises. So the strength test is sort of a next phase in us looking at your movement. So with this test, if you're not ready to do it yet, that's okay, but what it will do is it will give me an indication of how much I can set your resistance as for your exercise programs. So if you're still just getting the hang of the pain relief exercises, feel free to carry on with those for the next couple of days, and then when you're feeling quite comfortable, I want you to go through this little strength test for me. Some of these you will find very challenging. That's okay. Some of them you'll find they're probably too painful to do. Again, that's also okay, but I want you to give them your best shot. So I'm going to give you a couple of different variations on them, and then you pick the one that you feel like you can do, and then we're going to have a look at sort of how many reps of each you can do of them. I want you to stop when you either lose form or if your pain increases by more than 2 points. Okay, so if your pain starts at a 4 out of 10, it goes up to a 6 during the exercise, then you stop. Okay, so it's not just when you can't do any more. We consider your pain increasing by more than 2 points as an increase. And I want you to put them into the strength test and motor control sheet that is in your membership funnel. So if you go into the membership site, you should have the little video of me talking about the different types of exercise programs. This is your strength test. I'll upload this video there as well, and you're going to run through it and put it into that thing, and then I'll have a look, and then I'll set your exercise resistance program from that. Okay, so the sooner you get your motor control test done and your strength test done, the sooner I'll set your exercise program up and send you the information for the app, which is all free for you to use, so you can log on to that and start your workouts. Again, please let me know if you're having a lot of pain with them. There's a section for you to put any notes in there as well. Okay, so like I said, some of these will seem a little bit intense and you may not find them very comfortable, but all of that's a good indication, and we're going to look back on this and see how much you've improved in another month and again at the 3-month mark. Okay, so the first exercise we are going to do is we're going to do some stuff just squatting first of all. So you're going to start standing up. You're going to need a bench that is no higher than sort of the back of your thigh. So I don't want a really high stool. You're going to start feet shoulder width apart, hands out in front. And then all you're going to do is touch your bottom to the seat and stand back up. So I don't want you to sit down. I just want you to touch your bottom and back up. That's 1, 2, and so on. You're going to do as many reps of this as possible, and then you're going to take note and put it into the little diary that I've laid out in your membership site. Okay, so feel free to pause the video now, go on and do your squats, write down the number, and then come back for the next exercise. The next exercise we're going to look at is a thing called a single leg hip lift. So for this, I'm going to be lying down on my back. I'm just going to turn the camera, and don't drop it at the same time. I'm just going to turn the camera so you can see the stool a little better. So here we go, you're going to be lying down on your back with your feet up on the stool, okay, or on the chair. You're going to bring one knee up to your chest, hands down on the ground, and then you're going to lift your hips as high as you can. What I want you to make sure you're not doing is extending your lower back. So you're not going to come up to this position, you're going to come up to this position. So it's a nice straight line. If you look at the other side, it's a nice straight line from my shoulder right through to my knee and back down. So the goal is to do as many as you can on one leg. You have a little rest, and then you do as many as you can on the other leg. Okay? So that's your single leg hip lift exercise. Apologies, ladies, I'll bring this down a little so you can see a wee bit better. Alright. So that's your single leg hip lift exercise. What I want you to do at this point is I want you to have a little bit of a rest, and then we're going to look at the next exercise. Let me turn the camera around. Turn your phone while live. Okay. Okay. So by now you should have paused the video, had a little bit of a rest, and then we're going to move on to your next exercise. The next exercise is called a single leg hip thrust. Again, this is all in your membership funnel. So once you've clicked into your membership funnel, you should see a link for your motor control and strength test. And this is the third exercise on it. So again, what you're going to need is the bench. We're going to start with our shoulders up on the bench. So it's about just above bra strap line. And then you're going to lift your bottom up, but we're going to take one leg out straight. So we're going to go one leg straight, one leg bent. The straight leg comes up with me. I lift up, and then back down, up, back down, up, back down. What you want to do is complete as many as you can on one side, then you swap sides, and you go the other way. Up, down, up, down. For this one, it's really important that your weight is through your heel, not through the front of your foot, okay? So my heel is flat on the ground, and I'm pushing up through my heel of my foot. Okay, so that's your single leg hip thrust. So at this point, I would pause the video, pop away, put that number into your notes, have a rest, and then we're going to move on to your next exercise. Okay? So the next exercise we're going to do is a side plank. Now for the side plank, I have two variations. If you are comfortable with the side plank, I want you to do the second variation. If this is your first time doing it, then we're just going to do the first variation. For this one, you're going to need a stopwatch. So I would grab your cell phone, set it onto timer or stopwatch, and then you're going to see how long you can hold this position for. So what we're going to do for variation number one is you're going to start off lying down on your side. You want your elbow underneath your shoulder, and you want your knees flexed. So we're going to have a bend in our knees of about 90 degrees, okay? From here, you're going to lift your hips up and push them forwards, okay? So now there's a nice straight line through my body. I'm going to hold this for as long as I can. Like I said, if this is your first time doing side planks, this is the version you're going to do. Some people feel a little bit of pressure in their knee. If that's the case, straighten your legs out slightly. Okay? Then you lower down, pause the video, repeat the same on the opposite side, and then write down the times that you were able to hold that for. Variation number two of the side plank is where we're going to go with our feet. So my feet are out straight, my legs are out straight. I'll swap around. Upper body's in the same position. So my feet are nice and straight. And then all I'm going to do from here is I'm going to lift up, again, nice straight line through my body, holding as long as I possibly can. When I get tired, lower down. And repeat on the other side. Alrighty. Again, pause the video, have a little bit of a rest, maybe a minute, and then we're going to move on to your next strength test. Alrighty. The next strength test that we're going to do is a press up. So we're going to have two variations of this. So again, so we're going to have three variations of this. So if you're finding this is a little bit too challenging, you haven't done them before, I want you to do the first variation, which is the most easiest. That was not very good English. What you're going to do is you're going to grab a cushion. You're going to come into this sort of position here. You're going to bend your knees and tuck your feet up, and you're going to just try to lower yourself down till your chest touches the pillow, and then you come back up. That's one, okay? What you should see is that there's a nice straight line. It's a bit hard to see on that angle. So there's a nice straight line between my shoulder, my hips, and my knees. Go chest, back up, okay? Whenever you do this, I want you to use the same size pillow, okay? So at home, you can use the same size pillow for your next test. You're going to do as many of them as you can, okay? Exercise press up version number two, we're just going to take the pillow away, and you're going to stay on your knees, and your aim is to go till your chest touches the ground and back up. We're in the same setup, nice straight line between shoulder, hip, and knees, and our hands are just slightly wider than shoulder width when you're at the bottom of your press up, okay? So again, I want you to do as many of those as you can, and then write them down and have a little rest. The last version of the press up is the one where we're going to be onto our feet. So this is only if you're really comfortable with the press up position, and this may be something that we get you to do later on down the line when you've been doing a bit more strength work. So the last one is going to be up onto your feet, hands again slightly wider than shoulder width, and then you're going down to the chest, to the ground, pushing back up. Okay, again, as many as you can, then have a rest, and then we're going to go on to the next exercise at that point. Okay, alrighty, let me tilt this back up. Okay, so ladies, for the last exercise, for the next two exercises, the next one you're going to do is called a wall sit. Alrighty, so for the wall sit, you're going to get your back up against a wall and you're going to slide down. I'm just going to demonstrate the position on this seat. You're going to slide down so your back's nice and flat against the wall and your knees are at 90 degrees, okay? You want your knees just wider than hip width, and you want to be down as if you're sitting on a chair, but you're pushed back into a wall, okay? Again, the goal with this exercise is to hold it for as long as you can. Alrighty, so with the wall sit, you'll need that timer again, and then you'll be aiming to hold the exercise for as long as you can. Alrighty, so at this stage, press pause, go away, do your wall sit, hold it for as long as you can, write down the timer, and then have a rest. Okay? The last exercise we're going to do, tilt you back up this way. Alrighty, the last one that we're going to do is an exercise called a calf raise. So for this one, I want you to have a little bit of balance support. Tilt this down so you can see me. So preferably using the back of a chair or a table. My way back of my chair here, my stool. You're going to stand on one foot, and then you're going to lift up onto your toes and back down, up, down. You're going to do as many as you can on one foot. Then you're going to swap sides, again up, down. You're going to do as many as you can on the other foot. Then you're all done. Okay, so you write them down into your little strength test sheet, and then get back to me with you share it with me, and then I can check out those results for you, and we can start you on your exercise program. So ladies, have a go at the strength testing, get your motor control stuff done, and then I'll open up your strength program for you. Any questions, let me know. Alrighty, have a good day.